Bitcoin is falling like a stone, while the German government is selling right now Bitcoins. They have $2.4 billion left to sell, and also MTGOX, they have 8.2 billion, which they are also planning to sell. The hash rate on Bitcoin is also catastrophic right now. Today, we will look at everything from A to Z, including also the liquidation heat map, the ETF inflows, and also the funding rates, so you're perfectly prepared for the market, and also a new reversal pattern, which is forming right now on Bitcoin. Welcome to a new video. If you are new here, make sure you subscribe, hit the ring bell so you don't miss any important videos. As always, I have my black tea today, and also I have my fennel tea. Make sure you also get a drink, leave a like for the algorithm, and let's start right away. So first of all, today, I want to start actually with the three elephants in the room. All of Twitter right now is completely freaking out about this. Right now, the Bitcoin hash rate is very low, which means that many miners are capitulating. As you know, we had a Bitcoin halving in May, which means all the rewards that the miners get for securing the network just got cut in half. This is also why right now, many miners are actually stopping to mine and they sell their Bitcoins on the exchanges because for them, it's no longer profitable. If you look at this chart right here, you might actually freak out because the hash rate is just as low as we had in the market bottom when the FTX crash happened. However, there's a famous saying, when in doubt, zoom out, which means essentially when you are doubting something, just zoom out and take a more long-term perspective. Because if we do this, we can see actually that right now the capitulation is not that drastic. We are only here, and in the last bull run cycle, we had actually a way bigger capitulation before again the hash rate increased and the interest of the miners increased as well. And that was also exactly the dip before we had the second big run-up of the second big double top here, which was the higher high in the last bull run, and this was also the highest high in the last bull run. So again, I would not worry about this at all, and I would also not be too happy, because like I said, the hash rate can drop even lower, just like in the last bull run. Now, first one is gone. Now let's take care of the other two also. Now, the German government, the BKA, actually started selling some Bitcoin. Last time, they had $2.8 billion of Bitcoin, and now they only have 2.4 billion. So right now, they are still sending crypto to exchanges, Kraken, Bitstamp, also Coinbase, and they are preparing to sell. Like I said, the majority of the fear of this event has been priced in already. However, short term right now, over the next few weeks, this will be some selling pressure, which eventually will get absorbed by all the buyers. On the other hand, we have MTGOX, which did not sell Bitcoin yet, and which has way more Bitcoin. They have $8.2 billion of Bitcoin. And actually, just 15 hours ago, they made a baby transaction right here for $23 of Bitcoin. This might be a test transaction before they make a big transaction. This actually is very common. So we have to observe this. But also, like I said, most of the fear has been priced in. And I could also imagine that they might sell many Bitcoin also OTC, which means over the counter, which means the sales will not be reflected in the order book on the open market. And most likely also they will sell in stages and not at the same time. Now, one really cool thing, which I love right now actually, are the funding rates. Actually, first of all here, the inflows, pathetic, irrelevant, some inflows, some outflows. This right now, the ETFs right now are not in the spotlight, so for now we can just ignore it. But what I do like are actually the funding rates, which have been lower now, which means actually that we have way less longs and more shorts opening. Every time the funding rates are negative, this is a sign that there are more shorts than longs in the market, and this means that the shorts have to pay a fee to the longs. And most of the time, in a bull run, when the funding rates are negative, this actually is a potential sign of a reversal. So right now, it would be very cheap actually to open a long position, and you would pay almost nothing in funding rates. Now, let's look at the chart right now, because there's one important thing which I really wanna hammer down. In the last bull run, all right, we were most of the time always above the 21 EMA, which is the yellow line right here. We had one breakdown right here actually, we can see this breakdown, and we also had a small breakdown below the 50 before again we pushed up massively and we had a new all-time high on Bitcoin. Now let's have a look where we are right now, because right now actually we are only just a little bit below the 21 EMA, which in my opinion is nothing to worry about. We could easily, comfortably go to the 50 EMA or even a bit lower before we again make a new all-time high on Bitcoin. And this would be also a gift and a blessing for a new long-term swing position and to buy Bitcoin cheap again. For everyone who did not buy Bitcoin in February, March, April, May, they can buy at the same prices maybe that people bought in February, which was my birthday actually. All of Twitter and YouTube are freaking out and panicking, and there's nothing to panic about, okay? We are right now just at the last support zone where we were also previously. after this big pump here. So as long as we get a bounce right here, everything business as usual, and we go higher again. Now, actually right now we are forming the double bottom, which also we anticipated in the last YouTube video, with a lower, where's my pen here, with a lower price low and a higher low on the RSI, which is also known as a regular bullish divergence, which is a reversal pattern. And right now we are still inside the support zone. Now, as long as we hold the zone here, everything's fine and we can push lower. However, from a structure perspective, we need again a lower low and also a higher high. Then we change our structure again, and then we are bullish. Now, one scenario, which I can actually imagine quite well, is that we come up higher, and then again, we have to observe carefully, because this could be an LSOB reversal. If you don't know the setup, just simply watch this video right up here. It happens all the time on any coin, any time frame, and it's the most consistent pattern in the world to trade on any crypto coin. However, if we don't get a bounce from the top order block here, then again, we could go lower and have another lower low on the RSI, or potentially another higher low, at which point I will most definitely open a new long position on Bitcoin, because this essentially would be a no-brainer. The biggest risk on Bitcoin right now is if we don't hold this support zone here. Why? Because from here to here is a massive minus distribution. This simply means that there is no volume traded and zero support, which means the price can fall from here to here like a stone, like nothing, okay? No volume, no nothing. Also on the left, we have massive fair value gaps, which means big imbalances and lots of orders unfilled, and the market makers know this, and that's why if we don't hold this support zone here, we will most likely go lower and liquidate all those long positions which got opened in February this year. Now, this would be brutal for those people, but for us, this would be a blessing to buy more Bitcoin spot and to open a new long-term position, which we can also scale in even more as the price goes up and as we are way over break even. So this here are all the long positions, and all the way up here are all the short positions. Now let's have a quick look into the heat map, because this is where we can see where the future will go to. Now the heat map is right here. So first of all, most of the liquidations are right now above us, not below us. The risk of eating up all this liquidity is only, again, if structurally speaking, we don't hold the support. Other than that, this here is the main target, and this here would be the bigger feast for the market makers. Now on Ethereum, we had this bull flag pattern, and right now we are at a critical support, which is the 200 EMA, and we might actually break below a very important trend line, which has been always support on Ethereum the entire time in the past, okay? Here, for example, bounce. Even before that, this has been the trend line that Ethereum always respected. Now again, we have a confluence of the trendline support plus also 200 EMA. So this might be a very good area for a bounce. And this is also actually a very lousy breakout because, I mean, sketchy or unclean, you can say like this. Because if you know, for example, the old money stacks breakout strategy, which is the best and most consistent way to trade any breakouts. By the way, you can watch the video. I will link it in the pinned comment also for you. You will see that this breakout here from the trend line has been coming with a long bottom wick, which means what? As the sellers try to push the price down, buyers come in immediately and buy up all the pressure. And this has been happening here and also here. And also here with a potential higher wick. Now this here again might be only a fake out, and as long as we come above again the trend line, get a retest here, this here would be a great confirmation that we go higher on Ethereum. Other than that, on Ethereum, it actually looks way more bullish than Bitcoin, to be honest, because also on Ethereum, the majority of liquidity is way above us, and below us is not that much to grab. However, as you know, we need a lower low on the price and we need a higher low on the RSI. Only then we can really for certain say that we have a reversal pattern. If we don't hold support here at the 200 EMA, the next target here would be down here, because those are the rest of the longs, which would be liquidated right here, and we would take out all the buy side liquidity. And this also would be an amazing area for a regular bullish RSI divergence, double bottom, or an LSOB reversal for a long trade. And also, if you want to buy Ethereum cheaper for your long-term portfolio. If you enjoy these quick Bitcoin update videos, smash a like for the algorithm and ask your questions and feedback in the comments, because I will read and reply to all the comments and help you out with all my heart. Next, you can watch this video or this video right here. Thank you for your instant support. I will see you in the next video. Peace.